इनको अगर अटैच कर लूं तो है। जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम everyone. I hope you're all doing fine, having a great time back back at your home. Pardon me for that. Uh, Welcoming you all to yet another video lesson. And one thing that I want to urge everyone to do today before starting up the main course of our lesson, that we are working really hard for your betterment. So I would personally urge each and every one of you all to please turn in the worksheets that are uploaded along with the video lessons, as it's very imperative for the concept building of everyone. Well, now as far as today's lesson is concerned, a topic that we have already studied before, right? That is provision for doubtful debts. This is what I have planned for today. We are going to start this topic from today. Well, the topic basically starts with bad debts. Okay, I can really hope that majority of you would remember that what were actually bad debts. Bad debts कौन लोग, ठीक है? All those customers about whom we are sure that they won't pay us back our due amount. Bad debt is recorded as an expense in the income statement. Okay, now this is something very, very interesting to ponder about. What are bad debts? All those customers about whom we are sure that they won't pay us back our due amount. What is the due amount? Due amount is the money that is yet to be received from our customers. How is that amount due? That amount is due just because we sold some goods on credit to our customers, but due to some reason, the customer won't be paying us back the money. Now, there is a basically, this statement shows that this concept has a little background. We will go through that background today, that how does this thing arises, right? As far as the accounting treatment of this adjustment is concerned, bad debt is recorded as an expense in the income statement. It is basically a process of transformation of an asset from an asset to an expense. Whenever a receivable transforms into an expense, it is basically classified as a bad debt. Now, why does this happen? What is the background behind the occurrence of bad debts? Let's have a look on it. Well, I will be letting you all know the background along with the accounting treatment and the double entries as well. Well, whenever there is a bad debt, how does that basically occur? Sales. Sales are made to customers. They are made to the customers. Sales can be made in two forms. Either it can be on cash or through check, through bank, right? Whenever we sell goods on cash, the double entry that we perform is cash or the bank account debit, and the sales account credit, as sales is an income and income is always credit, right? The next form on which goods can be sold is the credit, udhar pe. Whenever we sell goods on credit, it basically gives rise to a current asset. Why so? Because whenever we sell goods on credit, payment is due to be received by us on future date. We are going to receive the payment for these goods that are sold on credit on some future date. Now that means in the future, we are going to get an economic benefit and inflow. That is why we say that it gives a rise to a current asset, and that current asset is famously known as trade receivable. It is known as your trade receivable. What is a trade receivable? Trade receivable is basically the person, the customer, the person from whom we are going to receive money for the goods that we have sold on credit. This is one. Now, whenever we sell, if the transaction is of this form, there is no risk involved. Why so? Because we have sold goods, and in exchange of those goods, we have received our cash or the money in our bank. Our risk is finished. But over here, risk exists. Why so? Because we have sold the goods to our customer, but till yet we haven't received any payment for that. The payment is due to be received in the future period. That is why we classify them as trade receivable. Now, the accounting treatment for it. Let me show you the accounting treatment after I erase all this. Whenever we sell goods on credit, the entry that we perform is the trade receivable, the person, the name of the person, his account is debited as an asset, and obviously the sales as an income is credited. Now what happens normally when a customer pays us back the money? ये जो money हमने customer से receive करना था, whenever the customer pays that back, हम entry क्या pass करते हैं? If the customer makes a payment by check, so obviously we debit our bank account and we credit our trade receivable. Okay? ये एसेट खत्म हो गया जो रिसीवेबल था. क्यों खत्म हो गया? क्योंकि उसने हमारे बैंक में पैसे भेज दिए. राइट? ये कब एंट्री हम पास करते हैं? वेन एवर कस्टमर pays us back. Okay. We are talking about a situation, a bad debt, where a customer does not pay us back. What then happens? When a customer does not pay back due amount. Okay, what is going to happen over there? It is basically a process whenever a customer to whom we have sold goods on credit is basically an asset. But when the customer goes bankrupt or the customer is 100% not willing to pay us back, the assets is transformed into an expense. वो जो हमारा एक इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट का हमें इनफ्लो मिलना था, वो बल्कि हमारा एक खर्चा बन गया. Why so? Because जो गुड्स हमने सेल किए हमें उसके पैसे वापस नहीं मिलेंगे. तो that has become our expense into an expense. Okay. Now the double entry that we pass whenever such a thing happens, and that expense is particularly known as bad debt. What do? We create an account which is known as bad debts, right? Bad debts goes debit because expenses are always debit, and the trade receivable goes credit. Receivable खत्म हो जाता है, क्यों खत्म हो गया? क्योंकि वो एक expense बन गया, because the customer is not paying us back. So basically, if you compare these two entries, everything is same except for the debit side. Here, the customer paid us the money. That is why we have debited our bank account. We have got our money into the bank account. But what if the customer does not pay us back? We have received no money. That means it has converted into an expense now for us, because we won't be getting back the money that was due for the goods that we have sold to our customers. So in that case, we will debit our bad debts account and we will credit our trade receivables. Trade receivables खत्म हो जाएंगे. क्यों खत्म हो गए? क्योंकि वो एक expense बन गया. And this bad debt is transferred to income statement as an expense, right? Well, I hope it's clear to everyone. For whatever I've quoted over here, this is a background that how does basically bad debt occur, and what is the accounting treatment for the bad debts that occur. Now, one last thing over here is relevant to the reasons. Why might a customer go bankrupt, and why might we record them as a bad debt? Let's have a look on it. There are a couple of reasons, couple of frequent reasons that occur almost in every business as a reason behind the bad debts. Let's see what are those. First of all, no assessment of client's worthiness, the worthiness of credit. मतलब क्या हमने कस्टमर को क्रेडिट देने से, बिकॉज वी हैव प्रोवाइडेड क्रेडिट ओवर हियर, क्या हमने कस्टमर की पोजीशन को असेस किया था? वो इस काबिल है, उसकी फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन, दैट उसको हम क्रेडिट के ऊपर गुड्स दे दें? बिकॉज इफ द कंडीशन इज गुड, सिर्फ उसी सूरत में हमें क्रेडिट देना चाहिए, ताकि हमें एक सिक्योरिटी हो दैट यस, दिस कस्टमर इज गोइंग टू पे अस बैक फॉर द गुड्स दैट ही हैज बॉट ऑन क्रेडिट. Second, customer might go bankrupt. Customer bankrupt हो गया, उसका business, it has ceased trading, and whenever a business ceases trading, it is in no position to pay back the debts of anyone. Third reason that might occur as well is lack of check on recoveries. Well, it is our responsibility that whenever we have given credit to our customers, we keep on giving them timely reminders. Reminder that yes, you have to pay back this money. What if we don't do it and we just keep on ignoring, and the time passes by? Customer takes this at a leverage from our side. And at some point, the customer might decide that, okay, this business is not asking us for money, so let's just not pay it. So there must be some regular checking on the customer giving them a feedback, giving them a reminder message every time that yes, this amount is due and must be received. Well, these are some reasons why bad debts occur. Well, I'll end up my lesson over here. It was a very concise one, a very not a very comprehensive lesson. I don't intend to give any worksheet today. Whenever we continue this lesson in tomorrow's class, I will then be uploading a small worksheet relevant to it as well. For anyone who encounter any queries or questions in their mind, I'll be having them shortly. Thank you very much.